Hey people, Infantry here, 3v3, Capital Spire Redux, blue team. It's Kickin plays a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. This is the Blood Ravens on show alongside Bloody Torino. Is a plague champion, starts off range combat with a damage of a dime bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. And rounding off this blue team, icookpho is a Kommando Nob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter. Foe is some kind of Asian soup or something. Red team, Impregnable, is an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control abilities, some decent offense and a little bit of support too. Begins melee combat but can get ranged weapons alongside bibotot. 1995 is a Lord General, fights range combat with a retinue to help him out, really good defense and support capabilities. And rounding off this red team is Ol Smithy as a Techmarine, starts out range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Black Templars elite scheme. Capital Spire Redux then, not a map you see very often whatsoever. It's very narrow east to west, so expect some Manticore usage. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team very early on. Kickin trying to hold this north side. He's got it at the moment. Inquisitors running around. Scouts lurking. Running into guardsman fire though and need to retreat out. Can he get a model as they run? No. Took your time to attack there, Miss Inquisitor. bibotot in mid. Trying to run away from Chaos Space Marines who are forcing melee combat on his poor little guardsman. This is bad. He needs to run away from this. Sentinel almost finishing off those heretics in the background there. Lord General. He's got a fair amount of XP. He actually does some pretty good range damage to kick off with. And he can use him to tie up. He's a really good early engagement commander, I think. Sentinel taking shots but should be able to get away. Look how close you are to the mid from the base. It's nuts. Still the 2-to-1. Southern contested power is uncapped. A bunch of bodies litter it. And it's Orks taking the southern VP. None of them are natural. There's one mid here in a very, very tight area, as you can see. And north is being decapped by red team. bibotot as a heavy weapon squad on the field with a heavy bolter. His Space Marine ally also with a heavy bolter, so a bunch of suppression. We might need to see some jump troops from Bloody Torino, some raptors on the field, or double grenade launcher heretics maybe.
An ally has secured a requisition point.
Heretics now being shot up. It's just so close to base. Look at that. A slight push forward and you've got them all the way back to base. Devastator is pushing up, which is what you want to do on this map. You need to try and take the central ground. You don't want to wait around your edge of the map. Move forward and take the center. Kickin taking us north. Shooting up generators. No sign of a flamer though. Impregnable going for some Catachan Devils. icookpho has some looters on the field. Some suppression of his own. Still nothing I can see to try and shut down the enemy setup teams. We do have a blight grenade on the field for the plague champion. Kommando Nob can of course infiltrate and sneak around and try and deal with setup teams that way. And does he have? No, he doesn't. I don't see any detectors on the field apart from these Catachans, which are all the way over on the north side. And he's bashing power here. Kickin has some assault marines on the field. There's the all reliable from the Catachans. So annoying, that disruption from range. Tactical Marines did lose a model, but they are getting a flamer. What's going on mid though? Oh, light grenade hitting very, very well on these guardsmen. He might wipe the squad. In fact, he does wipe the squad. Nicely done. It's a really cheap light grenades. They're only 100 rec 20 power. So getting a squad wipe with them, pretty much worth it right there, I think. 500, 361. It was only guardsmen, but they did have their sergeant, I believe. Heretics in retreat path. Don't Doom Blast. I did Doom Blast. It wasn't worth it.
One of our strategic points.
Only Doom Blast if you think it's going to get you a model you wouldn't have got in the first place.
Your brothers stand ready, on guard.
1-to-1 cap. 500, 361. Raptors are on the way for Bloody Torino, and bibotot, or however you say it, is going tier 2 first. 498361. Assault Marines doing what they do, soaking up huge amounts of piercing damage and tying things up. Catechans are there, needs to be careful. These guys have power melee. Up to 1050 hit points with their Demo Man upgrade. Ouch. Assault Marines lucky not to lose a model. Need to run away now though. Don't want to hang around. Trying to bash power again is Kickin. Look how close the power is in the north there. Just a tight map. I don't dislike it though. It's nice to see maps that aren't played all the time. It's not perfect. Very conducive to Manticores. But hey, play it once in a while. 498361. Heavy Weapons Squad having trouble facing the right way. But the Orks are forced off, and red team retain the middle, and a Sentinel has decapped the middle VP as well. Plague Champion coming to help out Kickin. I don't think he needed it though.
As you wish, it is ours.
Some Nurgle Worship Raptors double CSM. Tier 2 for icookpho. Basically a 2-to-1 on both ends of the map, but an unnecessary 2-to-1 in the north because Kickin was doing pretty well by himself. 488-361, and then losing gens because of that. So that's a misplay. That's a team battle misplay. There was no reason to support there. Go up, see what's going on, but as soon as he saw Kickin in control, he should have come back. Heavy Weapons Squad now facing up against this Chaos Army. Where are those Raptors? Oh, he's put them on capping duty. Get some Nurgle Worship going. Raptors are going to jump that Heavy Weapons Squad. He must not know that he has Raptors, or surely he would have moved away by now. There's the jump. Suppression on landing. 468-361. They do get away, but they do lose a model. And again, some nice Blight Grenade usage. 463-361. And some infiltrated sluggers getting in amongst the Space Marines there. Taking down the Techmarine. Good play by foe. Whirlwind now. A really good map for this thing also, isn't it? Tier 2 for Kickin and Bloody Torino now. Are we going to see the teleporter power fist from the Force Commander? I imagine if we start seeing a bunch of Manticores, we will. We might get it just to take out that Whirlwind. Power bash now against the blue team's power, and he's decapping it. Impregnable, and has improvised explosive on that VP. There's that unreliable again being very annoying. He does have scouts though with a sergeant, so they can spot that improvised explosive, and that is the Inferno pistol up for the Inquisitor. You see the Force Commander here in range stance. His bolt pistol was buffed in 2.3.1, as was the Apothecaries, so they do some reasonable range damage now. About the same as a Tactical Marine, I think. Around 14 DPS, 13-14 DPS, 450, 352. A decent grenade on the Catechans, but they do get away with 4 models and 160 hit points. Look at the mid now. A big blue spine of points. Blue team hitting back nicely, and here we see Impregnable going for a Chimera. No sign of a Manticore yet. bibotot going for some more guardsmen and some stormtroopers with assault kit. Maybe there was some kind of gentleman's agreement not to get Manticores in this game or something. We have Tactical Marines with Sergeant almost level 2. Autocannon pushing forward. Plague Champion level 2 himself, thanks to those Blight Grenade kills, I imagine. Here comes a Death Dread getting burners and bits. We'll take it up to 950 hit points, I think now. Yep, there it is. Chimera on the way, so he might be looking to get the mobile base, though it's a little bit of a waste on this map since your base is right there anyway. Autocannon almost wiped out by the Flamers on the front of the Death Dread. Got 446, 300, 2-to-1 cap. Kicking off mid in quite a big way here. Plasma Gun Guardsman getting caught by Assault Marines, I should say, and almost go down. He wants to finish them off, and they were finished off. They might be able to finish off this autocannon as well. Bad engagement for bibotot. Really bad engagement. Did not recognise the threat of the Assault Marines quickly enough. Loses his Sentinel and almost lost his other Guardsman score. So that was a really bad passage of play for him.
Victory point secured.
I mean, he was slightly unlucky there that he got kind of doubled by 2 jump troops and 2 armies very, very quickly. It happens on this map. You get caught so quick.
We shall make it so.
Chimera is on the field for Impregnable. Looks like he's going to just use it in its fully mobile form for now, anyway. And he's bashing power again. So he's still plugging away. There's a grenade. That was from Ol Smithy. The whirlwind doing his thing. That awesome disruption from range will help against that mass double shooters. The Raptors can jump on rear armor though and get that power fist going. Their aspiring champion is on the way. Stone Guard veterans for Ol Smithy. A Chaos Dreadnought for Bloody Torino. He's got the Marco Zinch missile launcher as well. 440, 273. Chimera is there to reinforce any losses. Ouch! Really nice grenade. Killed, whoa, killed about 10 models it looked like. That was nuts. Almost level 3 these guys. 440, 263 is a 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Red team very much on the back foot. Basically Kickin mops up the north and then goes mid, and while he's mid, Impregnable bashes power, but while Kickin is here, Impregnable doesn't seem to be able to deal with him at all. 440, 254. Noxious Cloud on the Devastators, doing heavy melee damage, so you can put it on vehicles or do some action. Stone Guard veterans with their Hellfire rounds loaded in, giving you damage over time versus light infantry and commanders. It does give you less damage over time versus commanders now, since Kraken bolts or Kraken rounds were buffed to be very effective versus commanders and more effective versus heavy infantry. 440, 220. A very point-blank range Raptor jump there, forcing off the Space Marine stuff, and bibotot needs to back away, he's alone. Hunter Killer Missile maybe on that Chaos Dreadnought. There's the Frenzied Barrage, that could be nasty. Can he finish off the Whirlwind? One more volley would do it, you'd think. No, Whirlwind gets away for now. Plague Champion trying to throw his Black Grenade but couldn't quite manage it. That would have been juicy. Sniper Rifle is up for the Lord General. Fire on my target. Good for supporting Stormtroopers and Guardsmen, but can he survive the suppression and everything else here? Is that a heavy turret I hear? Where is it? Why can't I see it? Why am I blind? It's up there. Took a big chunk of health out of the Chaos Dreadnought and it backs away. There's a stun bomb. That's the starting ability of the Kommando Nob. The first one I've seen him throw. Kraken bolts loaded in for the Stone Guard veterans, which is what they want to use versus the Chaos Space Marines. I'm not sure how it's going to hold up against Inferno bolts though from the Marco Zinch. What's going on north? Inquisitor with the Inquisitorial Mandate. We also have Interrogator's armor, so she's trying to be a bit sneaky there. 440, 144. Maybe Excruciators would have been a better job to try and control this assault squad, since there is a detector up here in the form of these scouts, and they're getting shotguns. 440, 144. Raptors, ouch, marked target on them, eating a shot to the neck from the heavy turret, and killed a couple of heretics with a single shot there. It's a pretty nice turret. It has some serious range. Blue team populating the central power, which is pretty mad. They have 4 full power farms. No, this one isn't full, but that's a hell of a lot of power income. Plus 58, even more when these generators complete. Plus 60, plus 79 now. There you go. That's some serious power income. That's per minute, by the way. Last cannon up for Ol Smithy. This Chaos Dreadnought just about alive. The Plague Champion is a commander that can repair, but he's down right now. Manticore on the field for bibotot. 1995. Noise Marine is now on the way for Bloody Torino, and icookpho has some knobs on the way. That is. bunch of dead guardsmen, but who cares? Reinforcing 3 at a time off the Chimera. Some suppression now. Trying to outshoot them with plasma guns. Is kicking off mid, is it? 431, 119. Shooter boys just about getting away. That marked target is starting to do some work now for the red team. Look at the damage on those CSM. bibotot has recovered well from those losses. He has recovered well. Using that fire on my target buff is going to be very useful on this map. You're able to shoot from miles away. From your side of the hill, probably. 396, 119. There's the triple cap for red team. They've really come back into this. Kickin unable to hold top as decisively as he was. This is a dead Chimera though, you would think. Down it goes. Power Fist finishing it off. The Melter Bomb from the Assault Marines helping out. And they now have that useful Blind Grenade. That tooltip needs to be updated, since you can use it anywhere on the battlefield now, not just garrisons. 352, 119. Look at that damage from the fire on my target guardsmen. Stormtroopers in there as well, of course, and they have that frag grenade ready to throw anything that gets close. Backfired for blue team taking his power, and now they've given red team a free power farm basically. Just spending the 125 to build the node, and that's it. Las cannon, mark target, heavy turret. The Death Dread did not last long. That was a hunter killer missile, I think, finishing it off. There's a Hell Fury strike. Whirlwind doing some good work. There's a Noxious Cloud and a Raptor jump. bibotot a little bit static there. Should have been a bit more lively to the situation. Ouch, does take down some Noise Marines though, that was good. Stormtroopers in retreat. Raptors do not chase the Manticore, but it is a good push in the end by a blue team. A little bit sloppy, they lost stuff, but they do get in there. Nob squad now in retreat. That heavy turret doing so much good work for Smithy. For bibotot, I should say. Down goes the Force Commander. Plague Champion is still down here as well. Kickin has tons of resources. Land Redeemer, maybe. He's surely for saving for one. Stone Guard Veterans for Kickin also. They have their Vengeance rounds loaded in. That's what you use versus vehicles and super heavy infantry. So things like enemy Terminators and the Avatar and the Great Unclean One and vehicles. Anything big and fat, basically. 308, 97. Level 3 scouts for Ol Smithy, and they are being quite brazen here. Red team pushed up right on the edge of the blue team bases. Flash kits surely for icookpho. He's down on resources though, so much easier said than done. Trying to take this southern power. What is this? Venerable? Yes. Venerable Dreadnought from Ol Smithy. Gonna wipe those sluggers pretty easily, you would think. Well, it helps to. And he might get the Dark Headed of Technology. We might see that 20-50 hit points Venerable. What's going on north? 269, 97. Triple cap for red. They will take the north back, but can they jump over and grab the mid and see this game out? Red team are holding on with 97 VPs and looking pretty good in the south mid area, that's for sure. Whirlwind, turret, bunker on the way. Manticore is still there, and actually seen it fire. There we go. Oh no. You gotta spread your shots out more than that. 231, 97. I mean, it could have been really nasty because Torino didn't even notice it, but generally you want to spread out your Manticore shots because when the first one hits, it knocks everything flying, and you want to try and hit the units that get knocked back. Here comes bibotot to the north to help out. First time I've seen him come up here. But he's backing away again. 213, 97. Whirlwind doing its thing. Rocket launcher is live though for the Kommando Nob. A very, very powerful anti-vehicle weapon. Especially so since he can sneak around. But he's struggling to get close here. That Whirlwind is doing a great job. Plasma Cannon is also there. And look at this, a relay beacon. Blue team under pressure to take mid. They're really under pressure. And look at this range block from bibotot, I should say. Uh-oh, Noxious Cloud. He was asking to be clouded there. And they retreat in 2 different directions. That's strange. Manticore Strike though. Really nicely hit. Really nicely hit. Takes out a Heretic squad. Big hits on Chaos and Sternguard veterans as well. icookpho not happy with this map, which is understandable. It is very, very quirky. 160-97, and blue team are pretty dilapidated now. What a recovery from red. Whirlwind has done well, Manticore has done well, but I think it's Bloody Torino that's been caught a few times. A bit lax. He seems to be concentrating on his Raptors a bit too much in engagements where you saw him lose those Noise Marines. He's not concentrating on them now though. There we go, they jump away. 150-97.
Adding support structure.
Commandos on the field for foe. More Raptors for Bloody Torino, and why not? Because there's a lot of range stuff to jump on. Just be careful of those that Venerable Dreadnought though, of course. Land Red Redeemer in the north. Leman Russ on the way for Impregnable. That's risky though with that teleporter power fist, so Kickin should be able to hold the north there unless there's some kind of nuke and Manticore combo that drops on that Land Raider. No way the Orks can push through here. Double cap for the red team. Looks like they are going to hold on, but this VP is still pretty undefended mid. I mean, he does have a good ranged army bibotot, but they're not difficult to force off. Raptors basically just have to jump it, and they're off the field. Terminators for Kickin. Takes out the generators, teleports away. Leman Russ pushing forward, getting the Vanquisher cannon. Kicking off mid big time. That was a healthier, I think. 87-97, 2-to-1 cap. Venerable Dreadnought going ballistic on Raptors, absolutely tearing them to shreds. Look at that damage. Level 2 with a Dark Age of technology up to 22-25 hit points. Wow. Bloody Torino just got absolutely wrecked. Why did he jump where the Venerable Dreadnought was? What was he going after? Yeah, that's it. No way they're pushing back now. The Venerable has just absolutely wrecked everything in the world. Nob squad wiped even. And they have 1 unit each. 72-97. Manticore Strike. Again, not really spreading it out. He's banking on stuff not moving at all, isn't he? So that Vanquish Cannon on the Leman Russ Kickin, holding north, but it's not going to give his team victory here because the red team are really, really good shape in mid and south. Chaos Dreadnought for Bloody Torino. I hear a orbital somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's in base. 63-97. That was from Ol Smithy. I thought Kickin was dropping one somewhere. 58-97. Kickin needs to make a run at this VP. He needs to make a run at it. It's tricky to do. How do you maneuver the Land Raider through this stuff? Maybe keep the Land Raider up here and send everything else to this VP, because that means you can just retreat back to the Land Raider. And cap that wreck point way right here. 33-97, double cap for red team. Blue team running out of time to make a run at that VP. Or just struggling to keep his natural points now. Ouch. Commando's forced off. Never really got the chance to make a run at that Whirlwind with his rocket launcher, did he? 13-97. And here is the run at the central VP. A little bit late. Needs to decap it right now. Don't fight with your force money. Need to cap. 5 VPs remaining. Rocket run there on his Terminators. They're not too bothered about that. And there is a victory for red team. Just took a bit too long to get to mid. Would have been interesting if he got there and took it, because that might have forced the Venerable to move up and open up a little bit of room here, maybe to push. But I mean, red team were pretty devastating midway through tier 2 onwards. Bloody Torino losing concentration a few times, losing units here and there. Kickin did really well top, but Impregnable kept plugging away, and he took his opportunities to bash whenever he could, and he just kind of fell apart mid, blue team. But hey, it's a map that's very kind to Imperial Guard. They had the Manticore, they had a heavy turret, there's a whirlwind there, and 2 bunkers mid, another one here, and they have it. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.